So that lawsuit against the so-called Freedom Convoy was filed by Zexi Lee, who is seeking damages for emotional and mental distress, including headaches and sleeping problems. She joins me now from Ottawa. Good morning. So glad that you were able to talk to us. First of all, can you describe what the last 10 days have been like for you?
We're now on day 11, and honestly, the noise levels and the general sense of unsafety in my neighborhood that myself and other residents feel have been unbearable. There are people who have had to evacuate their homes because they can't stand the noise, because it is literally, quite literally, torturous to us. And we are not going to stay quiet anymore because people need to understand the real damage this is doing to real people.
So what prompted you then to take the lead in this class action lawsuit?
It started out with me just wanting my community to be heard. We absolutely did not want there to be any excuses of people not knowing what is going on in Ottawa and the hardships that people are facing every single day because of this situation. I understand that not everyone is a bad actor here, but at the end of the day, by continuing to occupy our streets, they are creating the environment for hate, violence, and a general just sense of unsafety and fear to accumulate in our streets. And we, the residents of Centertown, don't deserve to be collateral damage in this demonstration.
What is your message to the protesters?
My message to the protesters really is to recognize that you are hurting people every single day by being here. You are hurting businesses, you are hurting residents, you are hurting animals, children, and just regular people. There is a way to do a protest, and this, quite frankly, is not it. I have witnessed countless violations of the law, and a lot of individuals just act with utter impunity and with no respect to the residents that reside in the streets that they're currently occupying illegally.
What do you expect to happen in court today?
I ultimately am not the judge on this case, so I don't have any specific expectations for what the final decision will be. I can only hope that the right decisions will be made and action will be taken to have our streets returned and to restore a sense of safety and peace, honestly, in our community.
We said in the lead up that you want people to stop honking horns. It's obviously much more than that you're
Yes.
looking. Yeah, tell us about that.
The past 10 days have been incredibly difficult for, I want to say, most residents of Centertown. It has disproportionately affected some of us, and that has been incredibly hard to see. Ultimately, this cannot go on as it has been. The honking of the horns is just one aspect that is completely unacceptable. However, it is one of the greatest things that has been causing damage to the residents, and for us, it is important that that is the first step that is taken to begin a stop to the harassment and the presence of hatred in our community, honestly.
Zexi, what sort of response are you getting, both from people in your neighborhood and perhaps from protesters as well, now that you have put yourself out there? Are you concerned that they may be angry with you?
I know they're angry with me, and that is a fact that I accepted and considered when I decided to put my name on this, but ultimately I am doing this for my community and my neighbors, many and most of which, honestly, are in utter support of what's going on, because they are the people that are unheard. They are the people who have witnessed the inaction that has been going on. And to the protesters who have been contacting me and trying to get in touch with me and leaving voicemails on my phone stating how unacceptable it is for me to be doing this, I am still going to speak out, and I am going to represent my neighbors and the people I care about, and I'm going to stand up for our rights. A lot of them have been stating that it is their freedom to protest, and yes, it is their freedom to protest. However, the amount of illegal activities cannot be condoned, and just because it's a protest doesn't mean that you are allowed to break the law, as you have been doing consistently and constantly for the past now 11 days.
So you won't be deterred by their voicemails, and I'm assuming they didn't use the kind of language that you just used. I'm assuming it was maybe a bit more colorful?
A bit more colorful, yes, but of course I'm taking steps to protect myself and to ensure that I will not be downcast by these comments and these statements that are being made towards me, because it is fully within my legal right to be doing this. And quite frankly, the Constitution, the Charter of Freedoms and Rights in Canada, doesn't cover this protest, contrary to some statements that have been made. It's in the first two lines.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you speaking with us this morning, Zexi Lee. We'll continue to follow this story, of course. All the best.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts and speak.
You're welcome.